All right, this is the Metaphysics Society Association, Black Science TV 111, and we back at y'all again. But first, let me say this. The brother Kareem Universal is now officially with Melanin made Metaphysics Society Association. Yes, so look at that real good. Because that means that it's going to be a lot of fires. And we're going to burn y'all ass up.
We here.
You understand what I'm saying? And he got some other projects going on.
Yes, sir.
He got a fire book coming out.
Jeez.
And you know what? That's going to be my first question, brother. Tell us about your book.
My book is Feminism and the Destruction of the Black African Family. Now, with that being said, I say this, sisters, with all the love in the world. Any sister who identifies themselves as a black feminist, you are mistaken. You cannot be a feminist, and I'm going to tell you why. By definition, the word feminist is an ideological concept that identifies women fighting for equality, equal rights, and opportunity. How can you fight for something that you already are?
That's right.
You are the sustainer of this universe and who we are.
That's right.
When you go back to ancient Kemet in Egypt, you had Anu, the great mother, the great house.
That's right.
You didn't just leave us out there in that field. You know, it was family core values.
That's right.
So for you to say that you're fighting for something that you already are, it's ignorance.
Right.
It's complete ignorance.
Hey, brother, can I step in real quick? Because I just want to break down a little formula in comedic science. When you look at ISIS, right, you got ISIS.
Right.
You disconnect that, right, and it becomes is. That's two chromosomes. The two X chromosomes represent the woman, the female energy. All right. Now, when you turn the ISIS backwards, it becomes SISI, which is C. And when you look up the word C, right, that's a form of oxygen that is used in the universe to create dark matter and dark energy to create everything in its environment. And everything in the universe needs this in order to exist. So this right here connects to that feminine energy. So therefore, the woman is God.
Right.
Right?
And with that being said, you know,
where the black woman is God.
The black woman is God.
That's right.
With that being said, with the black woman more especially, I'm writing this book to bring light to some of the dysfunctional ideals and views we have of the black man and ourselves, because we're a mirror. When I look at you, I see myself.
That's right.
So at the end of the day, one of my chapters I touched on is niggas ain't shit. I'm gonna get into the psychology.
Break it down.
I'm gonna get into the psychology of what that is. You have something called cognitive dissonance.
Okay.
When you see truth, but you accept the false reality anyway. So the false reality that we've accepted is that we're not good for each other.
Okay.
Because of what we've been through. We internalize and we use these irrational defense mechanisms that were invented by the European race.
All right.
We didn't need defense mechanisms.
That's right.
Because we are the universe. What we need to defend ourselves against.
That's right.
We know and see. We are all law. As the 5%ers say, all law.
That's right.
So in context, like I said before, any black female who identifies themselves as a feminist, you're sadly mistaken. The founder of feminism is Mary Wollstonecraft.
Okay.
In 1787, she wrote a manifesto called The Vindication of Women's Rights. Okay. She didn't say anything about a black woman in that book.
Okay.
Actually, you were still a slave. So how could you get something so misconstrued that was not meant for you? You cannot be a feminist. You cannot identify with these feminist perspectives, because when you do, you destroy yourself and the family. Why do you think that when you go down there and you want welfare or child support or any type of assistance, the man cannot be in the household?
That's right.
That is a blatant point in your face to show you they don't want that black man there.
That's right. Ain't that part of social engineering
That
also?
is social engineering.
That's right. That's right.
They don't want him raising and rearing that child. They don't want him there to give stern and information to that black seed.
It's a powerful brother, y'all, man.
And you ask, why is that? Well, to feminize the male, because when you separate the man from the woman, now we can come get you. We can come get you now. Even in the Bible, when you go to the Bible, who did the devil come to first? He came to the woman.
That's right.
So the most powerful entity on this planet is that female. And when I can take you and put you in the prison and you serve my 15 years and you serve my 20 years, I can come get your woman now.
That's right.
I can watch her struggle. I can watch her psychologically teach her kids this bullshit.
That's right. Ain't that
bullshit?
That's right. Ain't that why Elijah Muhammad said that when you teach a man, you only teaching an individual, but when you teach a woman, you teaching the whole nation?
Yes. That's why when you go inside that organization, you have the children being taught by the women.
That's right.
The men and the women, the boy and the girls are taught by the woman. They have their own meeting groups where they teach like that. So, in context again, I say to the black female, you know, we got to go about treating and respecting each other better. Right. We got to look at one another and say, That's me right there. So whatever I do to myself. And black men as well. You know, we got to stop leaving her out here to fend for herself. Now, I can't blame anyone in particular, but I can say, do not adhere to this system.
That's right.
You know, you can say, is my pride and my morality and my child's future more important than a $500 check from child support agency every month?
That's right.
You can look at that and say, what's your choice? What's your pick? Because what you do is you get entangled in the system that's made for you to be dependent.
Right.
So you don't see the black male as a provider. You see that check and say, that's my baby daddy.
Right, exactly.
That's my father.
And what they doing to the black man too is they took him out of his state of naturality.
Yes.
Because that's just like taking a dog and turning a dog into a cat. You engineering the naturality of that species.
Yes, you are.
So the thing is, the man today think that he is supposed to be some type of figure of an environment that don't exist.
Absolutely.
So you know the thing is, you know, now they're coming for the woman.
Mm-hmm.
But they've exclusively targeted black women in the back.
Right.
They've been targeting black women. Now let's not say just because we look at the things that's going on with black women today, they've been targeting black women.
Absolutely.
Touch on that, my brother.
Now, they've been targeting black women based on some of the same principalities, like I said, with government assistance and social engineering based on principles of identifying how to, you know, separate. When you look at genocide, for example, a genocidal war, it comes out of understanding the laws of war. All warfare is deception. It's deception. It's based on deceiving you. So I can say, well, you know, Leroy ain't shit. Well, you gonna look at Leroy and say Kareem ain't shit.
Right.
Because you see the same thing, but it's deceptive.
That's right.
You gotta look at that situation and say to yourself, what did he do to end this situation?
Right.
I mean, it's not like we here in these conditions out of no reason.
Mm-hmm.
So when you subjugate and you put individuals, they did an experiment pertaining to government housing before they made government housing. They put a rat in a maze and said, this is the way we are going to construct government houses. And you look at a government house, you look at the apartment complex, it's a maze.
That's right.
They want to keep you in there. You chasing after that cheese that's not there.
That's right.
You never find it.
And even if you do get to the cheese, it's a trap. It's
It's
gonna
a
close
trap.
in on you, right?
You always got to sign away your rights. And I'm not going to touch on anything in legalese because my book is specifically made for social, economic, and political reasons, targeted towards how we can identify with one another and we can come together and we can bring unity. I want us to have better conversations. If you see that black woman pulling away from you, pull her ass back.
That's right.
Pull
That's
her
right.
ass back, and you say, nah, you're not going to do that.
That's right.
You're not going to run away from who you are.
And I like what this brother, and I like what this brother touching on, because when you study the moon and you study the sun, when they are in dissidence with each other, or when they are in complications with each other, it causes an eclipse. One covers the other, but in a negative aspect. You got to understand that when you study nature or when you study the universe, you're studying yourself. When you study the universal principles, you're studying your universal principles. Or if it's not there, then you need to try to, transform your universal principles to the way that you see the universe. If you study nature, everything is there.
Yes, it is.
You don't see bees interacting with ants. You don't even see red ants interacting with black ants, but they don't call each other racist.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? They just live for each other. It's self-preservation.
Yes.
You know, even birds. You have an eagle and you have a crow. Even though they're both birds, they don't interact with each other.
No.
Two different diagrams.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? So to say that, oh, we racist because we don't want to be around white people, or we don't want to be with white women. I don't want to be with that goddamn skunk.
You see,
the thing is this right here, hold on, brother, because I want to touch on this real, because a lot of brothers don't touch on this.
Yes, sir.
They saying, why don't you want to be with a white woman? Look at the cases of rape being brought against black men.
Right.
Every time you lay down, and then after this, look at that goddamn Tiger Woods. You understand what I'm saying? And then he want to come back and ask for our help. Keep your ass where you at. To all you damn house Negroes in sports and in Hollywood, you all get into situations and then you want to run back to the hood. I'm telling you, keep your ass where you at. I'm sorry, brother. Go ahead.
No. It's a good bill, brother, because you basically added to my next point. Dr. Ben said a dog can fall in love with a fish. That doesn't mean they're going to be together.
That's right.
See, what you internalize is being Europeanized. You see many women, they want straight hair. I want your nappy non-ether.
That's right.
You're magical. Look at your black skin.
That's right.
Look at that melanin. I want that non-ether. Give me that afro. Don't put none of that chemical bullshit in your hair.
That's right.
You know, you want to look like them. You want light skin. You want to bleach yourself.
That's right.
Well, you know, they trying to look like you. 10 years ago, they were saying fat asses and big noses and big lips was ugly. What they doing now? They tanning.
That's right.
They getting ass injections.
And they ugly as hell.
And they ugly as hell. And they getting nose surgery.
That's
they
right.
getting facial reconstructive surgery.
That's
They
right.
trying to look like you. You know why? Because they're trying to reach that God particle. That's what they're trying to get to, but they'll never get there. It's not for them.
That's right.
So know who you are. Know yourself. Now, I'm not saying look at that situation and say, well, I'm so prestigious and I'm so in a position where I know who I am. I don't need that black man. No, you need that black man. He's a counterpart.
Right.
So we got to understand how to accept one another and understand that we're not here by default. There's a reason we're in these conditions.
Right.
Accept that black man and understand where he is and where he's trying to go. Now, men, lower yourself, humble yourself enough to put your woman on the throne. That's where you get the term Osei, hence the term Osei. Osei means the throne. In ancient Kemet, you put the black woman on the throne.
That's right.
So I'm not telling you to go against one another. I don't want to get into a gender-specific war, but my book is going to be basically intended to show the dysfunctionality. And if you get offended, that means you're a part of it.
That's right.
Because if you're not lifting the burden, you adding to it.
That's right.
If you ain't lifting the burden, you adding to it. And I don't want nobody telling me, well, you worship pussy and all this. I do. That's where I came from.
Right.
You spend 9 months in there at 9 ether. Technically, it's 12. If you want to get specific with numbers, we ain't gonna touch on metaphysics. I'm gonna let my brother handle that.
That's right.
But you chasing after it all your life, and you got the nerve to disrespect it. She is more than what you think she is.
That's right, brothers, because the thing is right here. You come out of the womb, and we spend most of our life trying to jump back into it.
Right.
Unless you're a homosexual.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? But you know, the natural order of things is male and female.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And now they're making it a curriculum in the schools where they saying that it's okay to be homosexual.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So you have to understand, you have to look at, and parents, you need to play a role in your child's educational system foundation. Because the thing is, while you at work, it's set up that way. Most women, when they get up, they don't even get to see their kids because they still sleep.
Yep.
And by the time they come home, it's late. The kids got to still sleep. This was created that way. This was created that way. Systematically slave syndrome. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, we have to be more aware of our surroundings or more aware of the agendas, because it's more than one agenda that's being played in front of us. But they keep you going to the club, shaking Miss Big Booty. You understand what I'm saying? Keep you in the church, keep you in the mosque. Goddammit.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Now, my brother, he definitely touching on something that's powerful. You know, men, women, be there for your kids, especially the males. If you got a son, even a daughter, be there for them, because you have these agendas that are being targeted. One of the greatest agendas that I've seen frequently is a feminization. I'm gonna take you through some examples, and when you hear these examples, you're gonna be like, damn, I didn't realize that. Wesley Snipes, put on a dress. Chris Tucker, put on a dress.
Get him, brother.
Eddie Murphy, put on a dress, and he was caught with a transsexual.
Ooh.
By the way. Remember Norbit? Remember that?
That's right. I remember.
You know, so you look at these black actors. Ving Rhames put on a dress, played a transvestite in Holiday.
But Dave Chappelle left, didn't he? He ain't falling to that bullshit.
They came in this trailer and said, Dave, we got this funny scene, man. You know, we want you to put on a dress. He said, what? And they talked them into it many times. But
before we go further, keep that. Just to let y'all know, these are Illuminati initiations.
Yes.
And you have to understand that before Pac died, you had Quincy Jones call him and told him in order for him to join that $500 million club, he would actually have to fuck him in the ass. Not only that, but in order for him to marry his daughter, because Tupac was dating Quincy Jones' daughter.
Yes, he was.
So in order for him to marry his daughter, he said he had to do the ritual of the Illuminati. He had to fuck him in his ass.
Yes.
And Tupac came out and put it on tape, and 2 weeks later, he was gone.
Now, I'm sorry about all this language we using, but we real passionate about this because you see more frequently interracial relationships, you see homosexuality, you see all of this occurring, and people say, why can't we all just be happy for one another? How can you be happy when there's dysfunctionality?
That's right.
You want to support an agenda, as I mentioned earlier, feminism, which ties into all of that. And the founder of that agenda died an alcoholic. She had relationship problems. So she teaches you some shit that you getting that's gonna fuck you up.
That's right.
So how can you get results out of bad equations? How can you solve mathematical problems and not have a foundation of what type of math to use?
Right.
You can't come into an agenda and be taught by somebody who is not living on their own accord, you know? And even in that book, Vindication of Women's Rights, she touched on she kept saying throughout the chapters, but the male is important, but the male is important, but the male is important. Well, goddamn, if you're a feminist, why are we so important?
That's right.
Because you know what the counterpart is. You know how important we are to the essential role of providing sustenance, providing, protecting you. They need a protector.
And another thing too, black women, around December the 25th, don't you know that your frequencies in your body, your microcosmic body raises higher? So this should be the time that you have a lot of sex. You should be fucking your ass off.
Yes.
Because this is why they take your attention off of that evolution part of the year and put it on Christmas, which ain't got shit to do with what they tell you is about.
Right.
So at this part of the year, say for instance, if you had your uterine taken out of you, don't you know you can restore those tissues at that part of the year because the universe is distributing certain molecules to the universe at that time. So this is the time where you should be having a lot of sexual intercourse with your black man.
Yes.
This raises the frequency, and what it does is it rejuvenates the tissue inside of it. I know this because I know a woman on the West Coast
Right.
who had her uterine taken out of her, and now she did what I told her to do, and now she got 2 kids. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a spiritual thing too. You can't just heal off of foods that we eat. That's just the foundation.
Yes.
It comes with the mind too, because you can speak to your cells and tell your cells to do this or tell your cells to do that.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? You can't ignore your cells. Your cells is the most important thing in your body besides your hair. Your hair is an antenna, but your cells is the antenna. Why? Because that nucleus in it takes certain information to other brain waves inside of the other cells in your body. You understand what I'm saying? So he's right. The black woman is very important because it's things that she can do that we can't do.
Right. Now I'm gonna touch on something, and and tie into what he said. I want y'all brothers out there. I'm gonna tell you, we need to get into a system of common customs and a differentiation of variations. Because if I got 6 pair of pants and I got a blue pair, a red pair, a green pair, and I got 3 different shirts, we got to see where that lines up. And we got to study the variations of the woman's body. You got 6 chakras.
That's right.
Here, 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 and here. This is your root chakra, right here.
Yeah, I know y'all can't see the full part, but he pointing
Yeah,
down
I'm
there.
pointing down there.
Yeah.
This is your root chakra. So when you understand that concept of the root chakra, sex itself is metaphysical. Stop looking at the woman and saying, damn, you got a fat ass. It's not the ass you're looking at. It's not the ass. It's the ether. Flip that 6. Flip that 6 up. You get a 9.
That's right.
A 9 ether.
That's
so
right.
when you study her body, you understand more prevalent to who you are and what the universe is.
That's right.
You know, she is you. So study her. Don't look at her physical. She ain't physical. She's the only physical body.
That's right.
But her physical body
That's right.
is everything because she is everything.
And this is gonna fuck y'all up because the physical body is not even feminine.
No.
We see a physical body, it's her soul, which is feminine. Because when you look at the universe, she contains the same DNA as the universe, the dark matter, which is melanin.
Right.
And a lot of people don't have that type of melanin, which like I say, draws in that sunlight and transfers by way of photosynthesis into energy. You understand what I'm saying? But we got that. But that black woman, she uses more than a photosynthesis system. She uses an oxygenic photosynthetic form of a system to be able to transfer certain things in the atmosphere from celestial bodies and beings inside of the universe. So, you know, yeah, we need to wake up, and it's time to start protecting our women.
Absolutely.
It's, you know, like I said, the games is up.
And even when you go to these symbols, Pisces, you look at that fish, and you look at even the way the Masons, they understood the woman. You take that compass, and you look at that compass. You got the woman's vagina right there.
There you go, brother.
Look at every fruit that's on the. Look at a cantaloupe. Split it down the middle. Look at it. Look at the seeds in it. And if you study the golden ratio and the order of numbers, the Fibonacci sequence, which it dates way back. That's new stuff. But when you go back to ancient Kemet, they understood that. That's why you get supreme mathematics. It's nothing but the Fibonacci sequence.
That's right.
Gregor Mendel, he studied the Egyptian culture and how they seen women.
Right.
So when you look at cut an orange down the middle, look at it. You will see a pussy.
You eat pussy, goddamn.
You eat pussy.
And why does the universe shape the diagram of what it creates in the form of that vagina?
Right.
Because the everything that exists has a feminine energy.
Yes.
Wake up.
And look at the earth, and you study this in 3rd grade. I'm gonna hit y'all with some 3rd grade shit. Because it taught on the 3rd grade level. I'm gonna say that.
That's right.
So when you look at mathematics and you look at science in the 3rd grade, you study something called the outer mantle, the outer crust, the inner crust, and the core. 4 elements. The 4 elements that's in this universe. And when you cut the earth in half in 3rd grade, in the picture, you had the vagina.
That's right.
You had the uterus. You had the embryo.
That's right.
And when you look at how birth is lined up, you know that before a baby's sex is determined, it's automatically a female.
God damn, this brother broke it down.
It's automatically. So you got to stop being so physical with these things and go back to simple science, simple things. And then we get to the harder and the complex things. And what I'm going to do is, anybody who want information on the book, my brother Osei going to tell y'all a little bit more about it. on posts. I'm gonna keep posting stuff about it, and I'm gonna say this is Black Science TV.
And he's officially with the game, y'all.
Yes, I am.
Melanin made. So we about to stomp down Virginia, and we
already
gonna
know.
travel. You understand what I'm
Peace.
saying? Peace.